Well, good Friday evening, Internet. It's me, DP Knudten, with another BOOKWARD BOUND. Now, this is my ongoing 301-day live stream streak that's geared toward getting a book done by January 1st, 2021. And this is episode, I think it's probably 36 or something like that. And that means I got a lot to do or a lot to go yet. But that also means I have a lot to do yet on my book. And depending on what's going on tonight, I might be doing some writing, I might be doing some outlining or mind mapping of the book structure, or I might actually be designing the book itself because I'm doing this all myself. That's the beauty of self-publishing. You can do it all if you know how to do it. But then again, the worst part of it is you have to do it all. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing it over 301 days. Kind of a long story that I'll write about in the book, about how the book was written. And actually, I got to put that in the mind map here or in the Scrivener app. I'm using two apps primarily at this stage of the book writing. And that is iThoughts X, which is a MacOS app for mind mapping, which looks a little something like this. Hold on. And you can see the mind mapping there with all the basic stuff. And look how bloated and beautiful things can be. But here's my favorite part. You can also shut it down or open it up, depending on what you want to focus on. And I want to add something, not necessarily to the mind map, but to Scrivener. The other app I'm using is a book creation app. It's kind of like what you should use instead of Word, because can you imagine doing a multi-chapter book in Word? It's a big pain in the butt. Scrivener, however, it works really well, and that's what I'm doing here. So, up close and personal. Where do I want to put this? Well, I'll put this in here someplace and just say 301 days from I should really do this to done. And that will be the story of what we're doing right now, which is going live to create a book in 301 days. I think I'm insane for doing this, but I made the commitment to you and to myself to actually come down here at the end of the day when I had a little bit of extra time to actually do this, and so I'm doing it, even though I really don't want to be. Because that's the thing. If you wait to write a book for when you actually feel like it, you're not going to get a book written. You have to do it. It's like going to the gym. You got to go to the gym every single day, even if all you do is walk in, smell the sweat socks, and then turn around and walk back to your car and head home. Well, this is me smelling the sweat socks. However, I've already added something to my book that I did not have prior to my coming down here. The idea of writing this section and including it in the book did not exist 10 minutes ago. It didn't exist 2 minutes ago. It happened because I came down here and I actually wanted to start advancing my book forward in one form or another. And I already did. So right now, I could stop and be ahead of the game. I'm not going to stop here quite yet. This is not going to be a long episode, but I do want to do a little bit more about it. So I'm going to take this, copy it, and then bring it over into Scrivener because I can create a new section in Scrivener, and I'm not sure exactly where it's going to be. I'm going to bold it just so I know it's kind of like the chapter title. I think it might be probably pretty late in the book, you know. Maybe under when you're a force of 1, comma, let's make it a question. What if you're a force of 1, oops, right there, and I want to go section about force multipliers, and that'll be podcasts. Oh God, I can't spell. No, I can spell, I can't type. Streams etc. That'll be figured out later. All right, so here's another section that I've thought about, including so let's add it here as well. And again, it's just as easy as cut and paste. So copy, paste, and then have it in here too as a chapter title. All right. Demonstrating your brand. I think that'll probably go in there too. I don't like that title, but I'll come up with something better. Again, not everything has to be perfect from the get-go. You got to get it on paper, because once you have it on paper, then you can start polishing, because this captures the idea, the seed of the idea, and plants it in the warm, moist humus that is your book. Not hummus, by the way, but humus, the soil. And it's going to bear fruit over time as I allow it to germinate. Is that a little too much horticultural analogy? Yeah, maybe, but it's pretty good when it comes to describing how to write a book. You got to get the ideas on paper, and those ideas may not be fully formed or fully finished, but you at least got them on paper, or computer screen anyway. Cool. So again, you can see how I'm bopping back and forth from Scrivener, the book writing application, and iThoughts, which is my mind map, because the mind map allows you to get that big overview or outline of your book. And again, it allows you to change stuff super easily. You know, if I want to move this, what if you're a force of 1, and I wanted to move that as a part of that, you can see right there. What if you're a force of 1, 301 days from I should really do this, or actually I should say book, and then attach that to that, where I can talk about what I'm doing here with 301 live streams. Let's face it, I'm demonstrating who I am, what I do, and how I do it right here, right now. And because these live streams are all going to LinkedIn, or not LinkedIn, YouTube Live, Facebook Live, and Twitch, I'm multiplying my potential viewership or reach and potentially engagement by actually getting myself out there. So here I am. Everybody else is at home, taking it easy, as I should be. Instead, I'm out there building my personal brand and my business brand by continuing to use the power tools of social media, the free tools of social media. Because, keep in mind, I'm paying for none of this in terms of the channels I'm using. YouTube Live, YouTube channel is free. Facebook Live, I'm streaming it free to my Facebook profile page. And Twitch, same thing, it's free. And even Restream.io, the multiplexer website that I'm streaming to that so it can go to other places, even that has a free level. And I'm using that for free. So I'm getting a lot of value out of zero. So that's really good force multiplication. And I really, really encourage you to check it out. So back to life, back to reality. I'm looking at these various sections that have some notes. Some have notes, others don't. Like this. Is that 13? Palatino 13? Yes, it is. Branding gets personal. Need to put that in here as a headline. Copy. Boom, 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 boom. Now, ideally, my book is broken up into a theory section and an execution section. I don't think I'm actually going to have them called out as sections like that, although I might. Theory quote. And if I do that, execution. Let's do that. Be the right go here. Up close and personal. All right, so let's put it right there. So that'll be like one half of the book and then second half of the book. There's a great Walt Disney quote I found. Let me see if I can find it. So this is going to search through a bunch of stuff. Actually, oh yeah, I was working on this earlier today for a client. It's toward the end, I think. Yeah, I can't find it. Let's go on Safari. No, Walt Disney. That's not that quote I'm looking for. Oh my gosh. Come on. Disney quote. Blah, blah, blah. All our dreams. Yeah, the way to get started. All right. I need that to be Palatino because that's the type. Palatino. this to be white type, which I'll have to figure out some other time. No, bold. Oh, that'll be white. There we go. And I'll change the sizing on stuff later. Actually, let's do it. Let's call it something else. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but let's just call that a placeholder. I think there's some weird colored background in here. That's what it is. Get rid of the background. Come on. I don't want any background. I certainly don't want any highlighting. All right, well, leave it the way it is. Do not know why. There we go. All right. So I've done a little bit more. And frankly, that's all I'm going to do tonight. Got to keep the book moving forward, and I'm not going to beat myself up if I don't feel like doing it anymore tonight. I will have to spend some time during my prime writing cycles, which tend to be in the morning. So I think I'm going to have to add some other working sessions off camera so I can really, really focus on getting the writing done. But this is the way I do it. I do it using an outline or a mind map via iThoughtsX. And I actually write the book within Scrivener, which is a software package created by the Literature and Latte guys at literatureandlatte.com. Check it out because it's a really great tool for getting a book actually written. And, you know, that's how I'm going to write this book, one little bit at a time. And again, could I do more tonight with it? Yeah, maybe. But I'm not going to because I don't feel like it, to be honest. It's been a long week. You know, the whole COVID thing takes an emotional, mental toll out of everybody. And I'm going to keep working on this, but I'm going to keep doing it in a way that is sane and balanced for me, my energy levels, and everything else. That's how you get this done. That's how you eat the elephant, one bite at a time. That's how you roll that big rock up the hill. Be smart. Don't let it roll back down. Instead, chip off a little piece of that rock and walk it up that hill and leave it there. And then keep doing that a little bit at a time until that big spherical rock is gone and there's a huge pile of those rock chips up the top when your book is done. That's what I'm doing, you know. So anyway, I'll be back here tomorrow because I've made that promise to both you and me. And I would like to invite you to listen to the Nonfiction Brand podcast if you want to learn more about what I call nonfiction branding and why you should be doing it for yourself and your small business. And you can find that anywhere fine podcasts are free. And also, I've got a free Facebook group called Nonfiction Brandversity. All you have to do is search Facebook for Nonfiction Brandversity, ask to join the group, answer 3 questions to prove you're not a bot, and you are in. And I'll see you there. I can't wait to see you on campus. For Bookward Bound, I'm DP Knudten, and I'll see you next time. Hey, theme music, take us on out. Bye-bye.